Hi, today I'd like to talk about chapter 31 in our textbook, Writing About Drama. I want to give you the instructions that will help you write about drama in the actual steps. So let's start. Free writing. Free writing is a slightly more formed journal entry. It expands the ideas in free writing and organizes them into paragraphs. An example would be your ideas or your thoughts. Journaling. Journaling is expanding on your free writing to find a pattern of what your topic is. An example of that would be basically a pattern or just expanding on what you're already talking about on the subject. Brainstorming. Brainstorming is instead of writing things down, you need to think about which helps you eventually get on topic. It might be listening to music or listening to writers or just tips about getting on topic. Developing a working thesis. Creating a thesis that isn't perfect but lines up with the paper, with what you're going to talk about. First thesis draft. Making a connection between the thesis and the main topics. A second draft thesis is the argument about what the topic of the paper is about. A final thesis is resolving the argument in whatever way the paper went. Creating a plan for your paper. Brainstorming will lead to a brief outline. The thesis will create the supporting details that will make your paper flow. You can compare and contrast the structure of the organization of your paper. Generating a first draft. Review your notes. The point of your first draft is to get your notes down on paper, then you can revise, reorganize, and redefine. Revise your draft. Support your main ideas. Maybe give examples or explain what you're talking about in better detail that'll fully expand on everything and be able to make sure it makes sense. And last but not least, editing and formatting your paper. Use the annotations of your second draft to develop your final draft. Of course, this is a very key point in your final grade because you need to check for your spelling, your word choice, and your transitions. Also, make sure you gave plenty of evidence with quotations and in-text citations. And of course, you need to have a works cited page.